What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with the next episode of Drug Review. We're going to be talking about Xanax today, and before I go any further into this video, I do want to state real quick that this is solely for educational and informational purposes. I do not condone or encourage the use of Xanax, and I don't encourage anyone watching this video to ever try any of the things in any of my videos, and specifically this video. Don't try Xanax, don't do it. It is not recommended. I am simply making this video to inform people and educate people and tell them what it's like from somebody who has had experience being a drug user. So either way, hope you guys do understand that and enjoy the video. Drop a like if you do. Let's dive right into it. So we're going to talk about the pros and the cons first. That's kind of how I'd like to break up all of these reviews. So I figured, I'd make a little list in Notepad, and as I was making this list, I realized that there's not very many pros at all. And for those of you guys who have watched my content for a long time, you probably know that I hate Xanax. I have a predisposed bias to this drug, but I'm trying to rid of that through this review and just talk about, the pros and the cons and then my experiences. I'm not going to rate it based on my bias. I feel like that's what a good reviewer does. So either way, the first pro is it completely calms you down and makes everything feel okay almost. You just feel really sedated no matter what kind of scenario you're in. I've been in a car accident when I was on Xanax, and I was like completely okay. Like, I wasn't even slightly concerned that I might have totaled my car, like done damage, or just spent a lot of money, or just made myself have to spend a lot of money, etc. I like just didn't care. And in general, when you're taking Xans, it just makes you not really give a shit, if that makes sense. Like, you feel okay. Everything's cool. Everything's chill no matter what scenario you're in. The next pro of it is short term, for the time being when you're on it, you forget about all your problems. And it's kind of tied into the whole like relaxing and calming thing I just mentioned. You really do just kind of forget about everything. You don't really care about any issues or potential problems that could be coming up. And if you're like a stressed out person, it is an anxiety medication, so that's what it's for. But, if you do take it in excess and abuse it, then it really does just make you quite literally forget about your problems. And, the third and only other pro that I found as I was thinking about this drug was its convenience to conceal and its convenience to take if you know how to control it and limit yourself. If you don't get addicted and you don't, I don't want to say if you don't get addicted because you can't necessarily control that, but if you don't take it in excess, if you know how to conceal it, it's not like weed where it smells and you got to hide it really well. It's like you could put Xanax in like anything, it's just a tiny little pill. That's all it is. But the cons. Now, as I said earlier, I tried not to be biased, but fuck me, I hate Xanax, okay? So, first thing is, this shit's addictive, okay? I'm talking like, I kind of was a little bit mentally addicted to it. I went through a Xanax phase a couple of years ago, and it lasted like maybe 2 or 3 months, where I just took bars every day, and I kind of stopped because I switched over to doing other drugs. So I feel that if I didn't switch over to doing other drugs and I tried to stop cold turkey, I couldn't have. So I consider that I was addicted, but I just kind of swapped to different substances. So, it's really terribly addictive. I've seen it completely fuck people. I I have friends who are just bartards. I have former friends who are just complete idiots off the Xans. I luckily a lot of my friends who used to do Xanax have stopped doing them, but I still know a lot of people who do and are just, their lives are fucked. They like work at the grocery store and just spend their like $200 paycheck every 2 weeks on fucking Xans and just sit at home and do nothing all day, Like, that's a terrible way to live, and this drug does that to you, So the next thing on it is kind of tied into the first thing that I talked about being addictive is it has a terrible impact on your life. As I just mentioned, it just fucks your life up. I've never known a person who took a lot of Xanax who was addicted to Xanax in my definition of it, that had like a life that improved. You know, everybody I knew had some aspect of their life that got shittier, whether they were committing crimes and got a criminal record, whether they were working a shitty job and, you know, dropped out of high school or got shitty grades and couldn't go to the school they wanted, or spent all their money on Xans, got kicked out of their house. You know, I know kids who have done a ton of stupid shit off Xans, you know, so it really fucks up your life. And I totally believe wholeheartedly that it does. The next thing is, you know, you forget about shit. You always forget about shit. You know, not necessarily everything unless you take way too much. You know, if you take a serious amount, then yeah. But if you casually take it, maybe 1 bar or a little more, depending on your experience with it, then you'll forget a lot of things, but not everything. You know, you'll definitely not remember. You'll probably misplace something, that's for sure. Every time I took Xans, I'd misplaced my wallet, and I'd lost my wallet like 4 times in a month one time when I was going through my Xanax phase. And, you know, I misplaced something every time, and I always didn't remember exactly how I got home or exactly who I was with or exactly what I did. I just remembered various details, then I'd be filled in by my friends like the next day, you know? So it was kind of shitty. The next thing is a minor thing, but it tastes like shit. Xanax tastes awful, and I know you could just swallow it, but like for those people who are like, oh, put it in your gums, let it melt, oh, it'll hit you harder. It tastes like butt cheek. It tastes like booty. No, it doesn't. I've eaten ass, but that's a lie. So it tastes more like gasoline. It just tastes like shit. Just fucking garbage. It's awful. The 5th and final con that I could think of on this substance is it's not really fun. Like, I know a lot of people view Xanax as like a drug like that people abuse to enjoy. You know, a drug that people abuse to like party or like have fun. And not everybody or a lot of people, but at least some people do view it that way. And it's not like a good time, you know? It's like when you're barred out, you're not necessarily having fun. You're not necessarily enjoying things. You just kind of are like okay. Like you just feel very like bland, very numb, you know? You don't really have emotions. You don't really have like feelings. You don't really care about shit. You just feel like, I don't know, dude, like fucking oatmeal. I don't know. You just feel like fucking shit, and it's terrible. But overall, you know, after stating all my pros and cons, once again, I do want to stress that don't do this substance. I did not and always do not intend to encourage, promote, or glorify any sort of drug use on this channel. So by watching this review, please don't get any ideas. You know, honestly, it's not worth it. But my final score on Xanax is out of 10, you know, 10 points on the Hoot and Holler Goblin scale. Boys, it's not going to be good. It's going to be like a 2.1. A 2.1 out of 10. Can we think about that for a moment? Run that back. Think about that for a moment. Producer, run that back. Listen. 2.1. What the fuck? Xanax is shit. Don't do that. Alright, well, that's all I got to say today. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Drop a like if you did. Once again, you know, thank you guys truly for watching my videos. And also, I want to say that I really appreciate all the likes I've been getting lately. You know, I've been having videos that have like 7K views with like almost 600 likes, that's amazing. That's a really good like to view ratio. So thank you guys so much for supporting my content. It's really awesome to see, you know, it gives me good feedback on what videos you guys do and don't like. You know, I see that you guys enjoy my reviews and I see that you guys enjoy my drug content. So I make more of that. So the likes actually do help me out. You know, it helps you guys out too. So yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick. But either way, yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.